is just something which was just said. So that's what, again, that's what Rashi brings, what's a spark of machlokes, what he used as, so to speak, ammunition for his machloket was the end of the previous parsha. That makes sense. But to say that what he saw ahead to the next parsha, that's what aroused the machloket. Actually, as we'll see, as the Baal Shem Tov explains, looking ahead into the next parsha, into Torah Aduma, is not just a secondary or something that alludes in some way to what he's saying, but it's most essential. It's the very essence of the machloket. Once more, we can't say that the essence of the machloket is the tzitzis, the story with the tzitzis and the garment and the tcheles. It's a side phenomenon that he used. It was just it's like a play. That he used it as a play. He dressed up all his people, and he used it. But it's not that it's really the essence. Whereas here we're going to see that the teaching of Torah Aduma is the very base essence of the reason that Korach was cholek, made a machlok with Moshe Rabbeinu. So it's a tremendously strong connection between these two parshas. So the Baal Shem Tov says the Tamua. He says this medrash is a wondrous medrash. First of all, just without saying that he looked into the future, which we're going to explain. The Baal Shem doesn't say it explicitly, that part of the wonder of this medrash is that he's basing his machloket on something which wasn't yet said. He just says that the very idea is tamua. It doesn't make sense. Well, what's the relationship between that he saw Torah Aduma? Because he saw Torah Aduma, it's called a medrash pliya. There are many medrashim that are wondrous, means that it says something and you see no immediate relation between the two things at all. So that's what he says, Tamu. What's the kesher between Torah Aduma and the machloket of Korach? So first, now there's going to be a little section which is introductory before he gets to the essence of the answer to the question. So it says that Pirush b'Shem Baal Shem Tov ששאלו תלמידיו על עניין תורה אדומה, היכן הוא רמז במצווה זה, לא רמז אלא עבודת השם יסבורך תמיד. Where do we find in Torah Aduma an allusion or a way, a teaching how to serve Hashem always? Kimei shalimid Baal Shem Tov, that this is a general principle that the Baal Shem Tov has taught us about Kol HaTorah Kula, shekol hamitzvos hem nitzches v'seichel, that every single commandment in the Torah, and actually it's not every single commandment, every single word and sentence and pasuk in the Torah, every letter in the Torah is eternal. What does it mean? Of course it's eternal. It means it's eternal, meaning that it's teaching us something to do, some way to serve Hashem in no matter what situation we're in, every second of our lives. Because every mitzvah of the Torah applies to each and every one of us, wherever you happen to be, every single second of your life. Because every single second of your life, we should be performing all at once all of the 613 commandments of the Torah. All this, we call this level, you can only reach if you have what we call muda'ut tivit, natural Jewish consciousness. Because if you try to think to do 613 things at the same time, you're going to get confused. It's going to be a little bit too much to handle. But if a person a Jew is connected in essence to the Torah, every Jew has a letter in the Torah, and there's 600,000 soul roots and 600,000 letters in the Torah, each one has a letter, and that letter is a window into the whole Torah, because every letter is all-inclusive of all of the letters. The principle is Hiskalados. So it means that every single mitzvah applies. If I am now learning Parshas Chukos, which is Torah Aduma, so I have to think how, again, I can't be thinking 630 things at the same time, normal people. But if I'm now learning this, Bashkocha Pratis, this week is Parshas Chukos, I have to think how this mitzvah of Torah Aduma applies to me every single second of my life, and to everyone. Again, this is one of the most important teachings of the Baal Shem Tov. So this is a general introduction. That's why it's very, again, very, very significant to learn this piece in Keter Shem Tov, because he begins with one of the most general foundations of the teachings of the Baal Shem Tov. Shekol ha-mitzvos hem mitzvos seichel. And seichel means in consciousness, he means here. In natural Jewish consciousness, all of the mitzvot apply all the time. Even though we know that actually each mitzvah has its time, and each mitzvah has its deed, its action, how to do it. And you can't be doing 613 things at the same time, and even the Torah doesn't require you. All of the mitzvot do not apply right now, in this moment. In consciousness, they are continuously eternal. The Torah is Göttlichkeit, is divinity, is godliness, and godliness is nitzchius, is eternity. Again, this is all just going on to establish, to well establish this principle of the Baal Shem Tov. That all of the Talmidei of the Baal Shem Tov continually repeat in all of their books and all of their teachings, in the name of the Baal Shem Tov, that the whole Torah has to apply continuously in wisdom and consciousness. That every mitzvah you have to learn what it alludes to in Jewish consciousness. So after this introduction, which is almost like a parenthetical statement, the so the Talmidim, the pupils of the Baal Shem Tov asked him in particular, how can you explain to us what Para Aduma, what the red heifer means for us in our service of Hashem today? Why is this mitzvah? So first of all, this is the most wondrous mitzvah of all the mitzvot. We said the most paradoxical mitzvah of all the mitzvot. But it says, the actual performance of taking a red heifer and making the burning and the ashes took place in all of Jewish history just 9 times up until now. And the 10th time will be the one that the Mashiach will make the Para Aduma, as the Rambam brings in Halacha. So it means that it only took place in long intervals of time, the mitzvah of Para Aduma. The Mishnah itself says who made the 9 Para Adumas to date. And also, and this is actually the essence, is the fact that it only was at long intervals that we're not going to explain in Bitnimius what that means. Maybe we'll be able to understand, but that's not the pshat of what the Baal Shem Tov is going to say here. Especially can it say why it is mitaheres tameim u'mitamo taherim. Why it has this paradoxical quality to it that no other mitzvah possesses, that at one at the same time it purifies the impure and it also defiles the pure. So this was the introduction. Now it says, the Baal Shem Tov answered this question. Shezehu inyan hagavus. He says that the secret of the Para Aduma, and especially the ashes of the Para Aduma, in the soul, in the psyche and psychology, the Para Aduma is the secret of feeling